struck by infidelity end up in divorce. So how can a marriage survive infidelity?
You're walking through a tunnel of emotional hell. Some couples get to the other side, and they really do three difficult things. First of all, the affair has to stop. No
Seems
contact.
like an obvious. Yeah.
Seems like an obvious, but people are attached. It's very hard to break that off, and the person who had the affair is grieving. They're having a loss, and they don't know how to end it. So that's very tough to do, and the spouse is not sympathetic to that grief. That spouse is filled with rage and pain and misery. Second thing that has to happen, that spouse has to be able to say, here is how you hurt me. Here is what you did to me over and over again. And if you did it, you have to be able to take that in and not defend yourself.
The trauma repair, as you say.
A lot of people are having basically PTSD. They have excessive thoughts. They have intrusive thoughts. They're picturing what this must have been like. It's a horrible experience. And the other person wants to say, wait a minute, it wasn't all my fault. Wait a minute, you didn't show me affection.
But that's not the time to do that,
That is
right?
not the time to do that. We say, fly into the storm of that anger and receive it. It's very hard to hear how you hurt someone. So people try to avoid it, and they need to have courage. And the third thing, also very tough, transparency. We advise a couple, tell it all and tell it now.
I mean, how much detail are you giving away, though?
Here's what you're doing. You are avoiding sexual detail, but you are telling all the deception detail. Yes, this is where I really was on your birthday. Yeah, I wasn't really working later on Valentine's Day, and here's how much money I spent. Here's the truth. That is an ugly thing, but it is so healing can take place later, because there's nothing worse than 6 months later, you said you didn't love her, and I just found the email. No.
You're rebuilding
Put it
that
on the
trust.
table. Transparency at this moment.
And then third, you say, is then moving on. I mean, which seems like it would be hard to do, and letting it all go. How does the person who's been cheated on stop from just wallowing in what happened?
You know, there's a process to this, and you can hear it with the couple. After I've expressed this rage, after I've wrapped my mind out of what happened, now we can talk about the marriage. What is it we were avoiding? Why aren't we spending time together? Whatever happened to our sex life? We're rebuilding, and then the offending spouse asks for forgiveness, which is a spiritual process. I have a more realistic view of you. Now I have a sense of who we are in a more mature way. Can I find it in my heart to forgive the way you hurt me?
And that's the silver lining, is you're a stronger couple, perhaps, on the other side.
And people get there, and they stand on their anniversary, and they say, wow, look what I made it through.
Judith Sills, thank you so much. And just ahead, we're going to